Hey, what's up YouTube? I know I'm late with these, but I've been looking forward to today's video for a while because I love a good bargain. And while this pair wasn't exactly love at first sight, they did grow on me. And the lower the resale prices got, the more attractive they started to look. I'm talking about the Nike Undefeated Dunk versus Air Force 1 5 on it in the Court Blue White Goldtone colorway. So hang out with me for a minute and I'll show you all around this shoe, explain Dunk versus Air Force 1, show some shots on foot, and see how these look with the optional laces. I'll also try to explain why these are selling for under retail. But before I do, I ask that you please click the thumbs up if you're feeling the content, and please subscribe to stay up to date on my latest videos. I'm always on the hunt for cool kicks on a budget, so check out my channel from time to time if that's something you're into. Okay, let's get started. If you don't know what the Dunk vs Air Force 1 5 on it pack is, you're not alone, and I'll do my best to give you a super quick breakdown. Dunk vs Air Force 1 is a collaboration between Nike and the California-based brand Undefeated. They've been doing collabs with Nike for years, but throughout the year of 2021, they released a series of Dunks and Air Force 1s that all retailed for $120 US. For the Dunk lovers, they dropped the Canteen pair, or as some call it, the On Your Feet Kid. They also dropped the Triple Black or Black pair with the icy bottoms, and this Signal Blue pair with the snakeskin pattern. They're all pretty nice, but I think the Canteen pair is my favorite of the three. These were all special edition pairs, but they were not SBs, in case you were wondering. Had they been SBs, they probably would have resold for much higher prices. For the Air Force 1 fans, they dropped this Court Blue White Goldtone or Blue Yellow Croc pair, as some are calling them, this Ballistic Olive pair, and this Gray Fog pair. Without question, the Gray Fog pair was my favorite of all the Dunk vs Air Force 1 pairs. It's simple, clean, and retro with a few subtle hits of color. My personal pair of these is on their way, so you'll get a full tour of those in one of my next videos. As I mentioned, when I first saw pics of this Court Blue Goldtone pair, I didn't like them and I didn't even attempt to score them. But after watching a few reviews and tracking their resale prices for a few months, I watched the prices plummet and I realized they might be a cool pickup after all and something nice to add to my rotation without breaking the bank. They're different from any other pair I own. I like the packaging. I like the whole 5 on it theme. I like the aged-looking midsole, and most of all, I love the price because I bought mine for only $110 US on the resale market. And depending on your size, you can cop these for only $80 US, which is pretty amazing. All of that is great, and that adds to their appeal, but the main reason I decided to score these is simple. This little embroidered, undefeated 5-stripe logo on the outer heel. It sounds stupid, but I love when Nike adds unique touches to this area. There's just something about that small hit that makes them feel a little extra special. Plus, I really like how bold the embroidery is. The white stitching popping off this blue textured leather is what originally attracted me to these. With all that said, let's take a full tour of these kicks, starting with the box. I'm a sucker for good packaging, and I think they did a good job with this one. It's your standard flip-top box colored in a blue matte finish. It has a huge Dunk vs Air Force 1 logo on the top. It's a busy visual with a lot going on, but it looks cool popping off the blue background. You also have the Nike and Undefeated logos on the sides of the box. I'm not sure if you can see it, but all the graphics on this box are covered in a glossy spot UV finish for a little extra pop. When you open it up, the first thing you see is the 3-color Dunk vs Air Force 1 step and repeat logo pattern printed all over the tissue paper. They could have easily saved a few bucks and printed this pattern on only one color, but they went the extra mile and added those hits of orange and blue. Also, it's a small detail, but the tissue paper feels a bit heavier than standard tissue papers. It also seems to have a wax coating. I'm assuming that was necessary for the print work, but in any case, it feels a bit more premium. When you pull the sneakers out, you instantly feel those early 2000 retro vibes. Back when Bapesta and custom Air Force 1s were popular and dudes were wearing baggy pants and oversized throwback jerseys. I don't know if that's what they were going for when they made these, but to me, they nailed the whole vibe of that era. Even this yellowed out sole makes them feel like they've been sitting in storage or someone's closet for 20 years. I can't explain it, it's just cool, and these are way nicer in hand than they are in pictures. Regarding quality, I don't see any quality control issues, and it's a well-constructed shoe with relatively nice feeling materials. Speaking of the materials, let's talk about why they call these the 5 on it pack. Perhaps it's because they have the 5-strike logo on them, or maybe it's another nod to the late 90s, early 2000s, and a reference to the old Looney song, I Got 5 on It. Maybe that's part of it, but I've learned it's a call out to the 5 different primary materials that were used to build the uppers. On this pair, they used this blue leather with the crocodile texture pressed into them, patent leather here on the swoosh and heel tab, the yellow canvas materials all over the sneaker, smooth white leather in the medial quarter panel, and for the 5th material, I'm guessing it's either the embroidered thread on the outer heel or the white mesh sock liner. I don't know. When the Dunk vs Air Force 1 started releasing, it looks like most people went for the Dunks because Dunks are super desirable. That's great for me because personally, I'm Air Force One over Dunks all day long, and since nobody wanted these, I got them for a great price, and it's a win. I own countless pairs of Air Force Ones, but only 2 pairs of Dunks. No hate, it's just a matter of preference, and I'm really glad people slept on these. As the years pass, I think people will start to appreciate these more than they do now. They come laced with these blue laces that match the uppers, but they also came with an extra pair of white laces. I like options, and even if I don't use them on these kicks, I now have an extra pair of laces for whatever I want. Later in the video, I'll show you how these look with the white laces. Regardless of what laces you wear, they have the classic silver Air Force One debris in the front. That's a staple for any pair of Air Forces. Working your way to the tongue, you again have that bold 5-strike logo on the tongue tag that looks pretty good. It's connected to a retro deconstructed tongue. I know Off-White brand put the exposed foam tongue back on the map, and normally I do like it, but for this pair of AF1s, I think I would have preferred a standard tongue with the piping around it. I don't know, it just feels out of place on this shoe for some reason. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. You have a clean white sock liner and a gold tone yellow insole. The insole has a large Dunk vs Air Force One logo silk screened onto it. Moving to the back of the sneaker, you will find the white patent leather heel tab with the Nike Air logo embossed in blue. Stemming from the heel tab on the outer side is the matching patent leather swoosh sitting over a yellow canvas quarter panel, and stemming from the inner side, it's flipped with the canvas gold tone yellow swoosh sitting over a smooth white leather. This is the only area on the entire shoe that you will find that smooth white leather. As I already mentioned, the outer part of the heel is my favorite part with nicely embroidered 5-strike logo. It's very noticeable on foot, and I have to say I like it a lot.
I like you a lot.
Moving further down the shoe, you have the yellowed or aged looking mid and outsole. Typically I try to remove yellow from my soles, but in this case it works. I know a lot of people are turned off by this, but I think it's unique and creates an interesting look. The outsole is your standard AF1 tread pattern with nothing new or noteworthy. Now, we're going to move to the part of the shoe that's got everyone's panties in a bunch, this dimpled canvas toe box. People are hating on this, and I get it, but there's a couple of reasons why I actually like it. Hear me out. Yes, they're just dimpled and there are no actual holes for ventilation, but these are kind of meant for the fall and winter seasons, so I welcome a little extra warmth on my feet. Another reason I like them is because this is the area of the shoe that does the most bending and flexing, and since they're not leather, I have to assume they'll likely stand up to more abuse and be less likely to crease. Time will tell because I plan on wearing these a lot. One drawback I noticed is this canvas is already starting to get a little fuzzy. You can't really see it on camera, but over time, I may have to hit those with a lighter to burn off the fuzz. Regarding size, they fit like every other pair of AF1s. Some say to go down half a size, but I never do that because I like to leave room for my force fields in the toe area to avoid creasing. That being said, if you're unsure, try on any pair of AF1s before ordering these and you'll be okay. Now, as I promised, let's swap in these optional white laces to see how they look. I normally prefer white laces, but I have so many pairs with white, I have a feeling I'm going to like the blue ones better. Take a look, what do you think? Would you rock these with the white laces or the blue ones? I can make an argument for either pair, but I think I'm going to rock with the blue laces for now. Let me know which pair you would pick in the comments below. In conclusion, these aren't the best Air Force Ones or even the best ones to come out in 2021, but to me they're different, interesting, affordable, and kind of special. Also, for the prices they're fetching, they make a pretty compelling case. If you like these and are thinking of scoring, I recommend picking up your pair sooner than later. The prices are low now, but in a few years, I think people will start to appreciate these for what they are, and the prices will almost definitely start to climb. I'm happy I got my pair, and I plan on keeping them. That's my video on the Nike Air Force 1 Undefeated 5 on it in the Court Blue White Goldtone. Before I go, I ask that you please click the thumbs up if you're feeling this video. Please subscribe if you would like to see more, and click the notification bell to stay up to date on my latest videos. Like I said, I'm always looking for cool kicks on a budget, so you never know, you might see something you like. You can also visit me on Instagram at E21Life for other random content. As always, thank you all for watching, I really appreciate it, and until next time, stay safe everyone. Peace.